reciprocal trunk is a really fun one that I work on all the time in the clinic. Okay. So especially, let's say I have someone that is struggling with one part of the component. And we talked about the reciprocal patterns in the lecture. When I bring my scapula into posterior depression on this side in the gait cycle, what's my pelvis doing? I'm going into anterior elevation. So here's reciprocal trunk. This is for walking, for running, reciprocal trunk. So let's say I have you here, and I'm trying to get you to work into posterior depression. Okay, so I want you to hold it here with your scapula, and try to hold it. Keep holding. And it kicks in, but it doesn't kick in great. Okay? Now, I'm going to keep building that resistance. Let's just see what happens if I add some pelvic anterior elevation to this. So I want you to hold it here, and don't let me pull your pelvis down. Ready? Hold it. I didn't change anything. Can you see how much more scapular contraction he just got in there? Let it relax. Could you feel that? Okay, so let's just show that again, because that was perfect. All right, ready? So hold it here. Don't let me move you. All right, your scapula's kicking in. I'm just going to take this hand and resist pelvic anterior elevation. Ready? Hold it. You see how that scapula just kicks right in? Okay, so I'm doing an isometric hold here of reciprocal trunk. So what, you can relax. What my arms are doing, I'm in the same diagonal. I don't have to be in separate ones, but I'm pushing one and pulling one. I'm trying to push him up while I'm trying to pull this down. Okay? So if I let him move there, first let's just hold it. So I'm going to come on together. Hold it. Good. Now just let me slowly pull you apart. Good, and then pull into my hands. Good, and let it come down. And pull into my hands. So that's reciprocal trunk. Work in that scapular posterior depression. Come on down. Push again. Posterior depression with pelvic anterior elevation. I can also then switch to here and try to make yourself tall on this side. So he's working the opposite direction, and let it relax. And push into me. So that's reciprocal trunk of scapular anterior elevation, pelvic posterior depression. Okay? I will say I use it this way a lot more because so many people struggle with scapular posterior depression that getting the pelvis to kick in really gets great carryover with that. Okay, so we'll take, I know we're almost done, take another just minute or two and see what happens when you get someone in and start resisting scapular posterior depression, and you hold it here, and then just add that pelvic anterior elevation and see, just feel what type of a contraction that you get. You can just see how the body functions efficiently with those two patterns working together.